So, how's it going? This is RuVik Education, and today we're going to be beginning with part 2 of fourth chapter of class of Deutsch und ich second book. And remember, we are growing together, learning together. So we may make some mistakes, but we'll try our best to give you the best possible information possible. Okay, so let's begin. So we were over here, this at B, and we also had a little confusion at this B. So 15.40 Uhr and 10 nach halb 4 noch 20 Minuten. Okay, what is that? What is it exactly? So to understand that, we need to come to the next page, which is your page number 51. Because here we'll understand about the time and then we'll go back here, understand this, and we'll take a look at few more example dialogues where we can see the usage of this. Okay. Uhrzeiten, clock time, okay? Wie viel Uhr ist es jetzt? Now this means how much time is it now? You can ask someone. Like for example, if the class if there's a class and you need to know at what time does your class start, then you will ask wie viel Uhr ist es jetzt, so that you know what's the time right now and you know at which time the class will start. So you can kind of make out. Okay. Wie spät ist es jetzt? How late is it now? Now, to answer both these, basically these two mean the same thing. Es ist is the kind of way you have to tell the answer. So, how to do that? Es ist 7:30 Uhr. How will you say 7:30 Uhr? Actually, I'll come to this a little bit later. First, we'll come to simpler things. 9 Uhr. This is 9. You will simply say 9 Uhr. It looks like this on the clock. Now, how to do these kind of questions? What to do is simply they will give you a clock and they will ask you to say the answer. So first you're going to look at the clock. You will see what's the time. You can see here it's 6 and this is 35. I hope you guys know how to read a clock in English. So you know it's 6:35. In German also you'll just write 6:35. But don't write 2 points like we do in English. Just one simple point like a decimal kind of you can add. Okay. Now you know this. Now how to convert this into words. Let's see. Nach means after. Okay. So what we'll do here is if it's 6, we will write here 5. Okay. 5 nach. 5 after halb 7. Half 7. Now we can come to this first one. Yeah. It's 7:30. So if it were to be 8 o'clock, let's say for example, if it were to be 8 o'clock here, so half of this 8 o'clock would be 7:30. So half back. So this is basically what it means. Coming to 7:45, you will have to use Viertel for acht. Viertel for acht. Okay. That means 15 minutes before 8 o'clock. So 7:45 is basically 15 minutes before 8 o'clock. Is it correct or not? It is. So that's why Viertel, 15 minutes for 8, before 8. Okay, 5:15. Okay, how to say 5:15? Viertel nach 5. 15 minutes after 5. So you have to see that if in these kind of cases when there's 45 or there's 15, you have to see what is the closest time which is like perfect. Like 5 o'clock here is perfect, 8 o'clock is kind of perfect as in every time is perfect, but I mean like this o'clock kind of like 9 Uhr, like that simple thing, right? So 8 o'clock is the closest time here and 5 o'clock is the closest time. So you will have to say for if you want before, and you have to say nach if you want after. 5 after half 7. That's kind of what it directly translates to. Why half 7? Because similarly over here at 7:30, what did we see? It was half 8, half of 8. 7:30 is half of 8, right? So, similarly, if I wanted to say 6:30, no, not 6:35, I would say halb sieben, but it is 5 minutes after halb sieben. So, fünf nach halb sieben. Did you get it? Hopefully you did. Next we have 3:10. How to do this? 10 nach 3. What does this mean? 10 after 3. 10 minutes after 3. What it means is that. So similarly, if it was, let's say, 12, what would you say? You would have to say 12 nach 3. Okay? Now 1:50. This is really close to 2 o'clock. So same for swipe. Basically, if I'm going to tell you what to do, is basically remember that for is before and nach is after. So same for swap. 10 minutes before 2, right? 1:50 is just 10 minutes before 2. Is it or is it not? It is. So similarly, let's take a look at the last example, 11:25. So 5 for halb 12. That means 11:25. Okay, let's anything that comes in this range, right? This range would mostly I'm saying would be your halb range mostly. So Fune 4, 5 minutes before halb soul. How to do? Even I'm just let me just make a clock here and make kind of this. This is 12, this is 6, so it's 12:30 right now. Okay, it's 12:30. So how would you say 12:30? 12:30 is half of 1 o'clock. So you will say halb ein. Or no, you'll not say halb ein. You will say halb 13. Okay, halb 13. Okay. Let's come to question and answers. I hope this is clear. If it is not clear, I will overall in the chapter I'll be explaining this again and again because this might be a little confusing at first go. Frage ist Question, Antwort ist Answer. Wie viel Uhr ist es? Wie spät ist es? So both of them mean the same thing. How much time is it and how late is it? So they are not necessarily saying how late, as in how late we are to go somewhere. It just means how much time is it right now. You can even add jetzt. Jetzt is now. So answer can be aktuell. Wie viel Uhr beginnt der Unterricht? See, at what time does the class begin? Wie viel Uhr? At what time? At what time? Begins der Unterricht, the class. 8 Uhr. Point in time we're talking about. Wann beginnt der Unterricht? When does the class begin? So now you have to tell basically it's the same thing because you are telling at this point of time it's beginning. It's the same question. This is a bit long and this is a bit short. Wie lange dauert der Unterricht? Till when? Till when basically they're saying how long does the class last? They're asking you. Dauer comes from dauern, which means to last. How long does the class last? So now you have to tell one point of time to another point of time. So basically you have to tell a period of time as the answer. So let's say 45 minutes. Okay? Von 8 Uhr bis 8. Now how to say this? 8 this and 45. Sorry, I made a dot here. Let me just do that. Yeah. 8:45. This is close to 9. Okay. So we had learned here tail for before, which means 9. 15 minutes before 9. So this is how you will say 8:45 in German. Wie oft fahren die U-Bahnen? How often do you basically travel in the U-Bahn is a tram. Alle 20 Minuten fährt eine U-Bahn. So you have to basically tell a period again. You have to tell 20 minutes, how much ever time it is. Okay. So here we have a tip. We write 9, 10 Uhr, but we say 9 Uhr 10. 10 is 10. Okay. 9 is 9. For this, you need to have your number concepts clear. Okay, so we will be basically discussing these dialogues in the next class. So go ahead and watch the next part.